Hey, everybody. So as Mercury has docked and going direct, just know that that's still in that discombobulation state of our electromagnetics. And being an electromagnetic powerhouse, just know that it's affecting you, even if you think you're super grounded. You know, Mercury's my ruling planet. And if I don't pay attention to what's occurring within all of that, I do things like this. I walked in with some trash in my hand to go into the bathroom to empty my bladder. And I walk into the bathroom, I throw my keys in the trash can, and the trash is in my hand. So I have to do a switch. And then I walk into the stall so I can empty my bladder, going, I don't remember there being only one stall in here. That's really weird. No, I'm not in the men's room because the ladies' room is always to the right. I come out of the stall, see the urinal, and I'm like, crap. In this place, it's the women's room is to the left. Open the door up, and here's a whole group of construction workers coming in to use the bathroom. And I'm like, just checking the trash. Out the door I go. I'm driving a long distance, and I'm on autopilot, and I just make a turn, and I start going down another road, and I'm like, why did I go down this road? Because normally I would. But this particular trip, I needed to go in a different direction. So I had to pull a U-turn. No big deal. I just said, hey, thanks for letting me know before I got too far into this mileage-wise. Run up the stairs. You trip with your toes, because you have a different pair of shoes on. You didn't judge the steps, All these things are occurring. Went to Whole Foods the other day to get a few things. And normally I'll take my little cart place to place, but this time I went, let me just leave it here and go grab a couple sweet potatoes. I do that, I go up and down the aisles, I finish. I'm just gonna go into self-checkout because I don't have very much, and I realize I have the wrong freaking cart. I have my stuff in there, but I have somebody else's stuff in there. But guess what's in my cart? My keys and my phone. Something I never put down, ever put down. I usually put it in a pocket, but that day I didn't have a pocket. So I set it there on top of my bag that I needed to bring in with me because I'm not going to pay 5 cents every time to get a new bag. So I go up to customer service. They're like, I don't know, no one's turning anything in. So I go up and down all the aisles trying to recognize my basket. Nothing happening. I go back up front to the customer service and I said, hey, listen, do you think you could use the loudspeaker and just have everybody check their carts? Oh, our loudspeaker's broken. No problem. I'm going to leave this half my cart, half someone else's cart here, and I'm going to circle back again. So I went to the door and then I went back and I followed my steps. And sure enough, my cart was pretty close to where I left it with a couple other things in it. And obviously somebody realized that that wasn't their cart. But thank goodness my phone, which had my credit card in it, and my keys were there. So problem solved. But these are the kinds of things that are occurring as planets are adjusting, because every planet affects the other planet, even though Mercury is the closest to Earth. Okay, so it's all electromagnetic, all geomagnetic. Mother Earth is going through her geomagnetic changes. She's going through her changes. So we may find ourselves in 12 feet of water trying to get our footing because we weren't thinking as we kind of waved on out there into 12 feet of water that our feet are never going to touch the ground. So because we have to, for life, have our head above water. All right? So take your time. Breathe through everything. Learn to anchor yourself while all of this invisible shifting is happening. There is still an invisible obstacle course, which I've talked about on many videos. And we are what? Spiritual athletes living a physical athletic reaction response life. Because everything spiritual is housed within the physical body. That's what brought the physical body to life through breath. So we're carrying around powerful, precious cargo within ourselves. And so we have to have even more respect for the physical bumper car that is carrying around our spiritual self. And everything is an athletic workout. Everything that we do. So please take the time to stop, drop, sit, connect with your breath. Take the time to really be present and feel. Now, I know for me, a lot of things have been kind of upside down, and also I'm going through some severe aches and pains to the point where I just don't know. And I know running to the doctor is just going to find everything negative. So I know that this is a spiritual athletic shift that I'm going through. And so what do I need to do? I need to hydrate more. I need to pick certain foods that are a little more in vibration. I need to stretch more. So sometimes being in the present moment, every one of those aches and pains and things can become almost super acute that you want to jump to the next moment, or you want to look back because it gets you out of having to sit still. And sitting still is where I can go now into all these aches and pains and ask for flow and thank it for reminding me that I am a physical being housing around this precious, precious cargo that my spirit group through Prime Source Creator designed for me to jump into and to go around and do my learning, my experiences, my lessons, find different missions that we're on, because we're not here for one purpose. We're here for multitudes of purposes. And each of them are learned through being in the experiences of the moment and learning from the past moment. And I always say, if you can really connect with this moment, you're setting yourself up for the forward moment. But if you're just breathing autopilot through things, you're going to trip up the steps. You're going to wind up in the men's room when you're supposed to be going in a different direction. You're going to be in a different direction when you think you're supposed to be going in another direction. You're going to grab somebody else's cart thinking it's yours because you're in this mindless autopilot kind of thing. So I encourage you to really expand the lungs. Now, I know just in the last couple nights now, I'm out of town. I'm in a place that's very comfortable for me, but I've literally woken up in the wee hours of the morning, almost in that little bit of hyperventilation. Now, I know what that is. That is when the energies are pouring in heavier. And perhaps I've been out of body and I'm coming into body and I'm just in that shallow breath, and I need to really expand my lungs and get my whole consciousness back into the physical body. So I look at it as a much broader thing than I'm in the middle of a possible having a panic or struggling to breathe or be comfortable in my physical avatar. And so this is where I talk about, the spiritual athletic self. Just like you will work out a muscle to get it to contract and expand so that it has a beautiful shape, and it also lets go of all the stuff that it's holding on to and brings in new blood flow and nutrients. You got to do the same thing with the spiritual body. Got to get that spiritual athlete. It's like you start meditating for 1 minute, next thing you know, you're 5 minutes, and next thing you know, you're an hour, and then you can go longer. So just be with the me, myself, and I of all of it, and give yourself a whole lot of love and surrender and accept the fact that you can trust as long as you keep yourself anchored and be the example, the mentor of anchoring for others around you. So much love and light to each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please leave me a comment. It's so appreciated. I love each and every one of you. Bye.